feels good. The in-state rivalry, the hate.
And the sack all the way back at the 5.
And that's going to be the challenge for this offense tonight, is holding up against this pass rush. They are one of the best defenses in the entire nation because of their ability to get pressure on the quarterback. They're going to have to do a much better job tonight protecting their guy, or they've got no shot.
And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
The give to the tailback. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And the Beavers will punt this one away. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. So the will go to work for the first time today. I know what a weapon he is on the outside, but stretching the field against this dude in the secondary will be a challenge.
And just some say
just trust your receiver's going to out-athlete him every time you throw him the ball, because this safety is a different breed.
And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. A program whose history is built on speed, Oregon just ran away from the Beavers last time.
And the Ducks were ready to play a year ago. They were ready for a war. They came out, they took it to Oregon State. They didn't back off, Jesse. That game meant a lot to them.
Yeah, they just caught fire early, and Oregon State couldn't put the fire out. They had no answers. Every possession Oregon had, it seemed like they were going up and down the field. So a big challenge for Oregon State in this one is to try to get off to a great start.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He'll try to do it himself. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play. They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to run it. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down. The Ducks are rolling down the field. He'll come out throwing on first down. Takes a hit as he fires. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. It seems as if this old feud has been going on since Lewis and Clark set the foundation for the Oregon Trail. They've been playing since 1894, guys.
Game's been played for a long time, a lot on the line in the state of Oregon. Bragging rights, Jesse, for a whole year.
I feel like it's one of the rivalries in college football that maybe a lot of people don't talk about or really know about. But if you've ever been around this game and you know about the...
Got enough space. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. The Ducks will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A 67-yard touchdown drive there. And they capped it off with a 1-yard punt. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
That last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly to the tight end. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. The Beavers will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the middle. He's got it. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. A big gain there as they did a tremendous job working the middle of the field.
Yeah, and if you're going to complete that throw, Reese, quarterbacks have got to play with anticipation. You've got to get it out of your hands early and give your receiver an opportunity before the defense gets to the ball.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Caught over the middle. It's Anderson. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. They'll throw it on first down. Looking to buy time. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. He's going to pass. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
You're not going to win a lot of games if you can't protect your quarterback. In their last game, they got sacked 4 times, lost the game. And so far in this one, they're having difficulty again. These guys up front have got to do a better job communicating and giving their QB time.
The play action fake. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And that's now their 3rd sack of the game. This is one of the best units in the entire country getting after the quarterback. They have done such a great job recruiting athletes up front and in their front 7. They can blitz.
Touchdown, Oregon State! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Shakes off the defender. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Now this is the way to come out of the gate and set the tone. Back and forth, and already inside a minute to go in the first. Out of the gun, the inside give. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. The Ducks get a fresh set of downs with a fast, hard finish on that play.
Fast is the word. As long as I can remember watching Oregon football, it's always guys that can get the football, get downhill, get back in the line of scrimmage, run the next play.
Nothing but green ahead. Inside the 10. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now first and goal.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
And he's got it! Touchdown, Ducks! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Let's see what he can do with the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Offense getting set for first down. Quick release by the QB. At the 45, on his way. Off he goes. The 10. Touchdown, Beavers. Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you had my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. He gets a block. He's got an alley. He's going to get loose. He will score. Touchdown, Oregon. Well, maybe they thought if they kicked it into the end zone that he wouldn't dare bring it back. Instead, he just dared them to tackle him, and nobody could. What an explosive return.
And those guys got so much speed, they ain't scared. And you could tell, takes it out, good blocking, give them a little crease, and you could see the speed. You don't put slow guys back deep. You don't see Jesse Palmer returning kicks. No. You see the fast guys, and you see an open space, and boom, he's gone.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
I love when you break out the hit stick. When you come and that guy gets struck and he goes backwards, that's how you bring it.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Fires to the tight end. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30. The Beavers come to the line with a new set of downs. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. Now the play fake. Caught near the sticks. It's Anderson. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. And the Beavers have their offense in high gear. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. And now on second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Unleashes it. Complete downfield.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage to take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And already in the second quarter, they've got over 200 yards thrown.
The sure hands, it's Anderson. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form time.
Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22. Third and short from the 22. Is the field goal unit getting ready, or is this already 4-down territory? They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job by the defensive line, getting some push, making them use their resources on him. The linebacker comes free, Billman making the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. So they'll send out the field goal unit. This will be a 50-yard field goal attempt, and he'll have to curl it in from the right side. That is no good. There's a flag on the field, and looking for him to get another shot at this, and the kicker will be a little bit closer this time. This could turn out to be a huge penalty. Thought they were going to have to settle for 3, and now the offense back on the field with a chance for more. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. The running back has it. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. He's got it on the move. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And you see on that play the confidence that he has in that playmaker on the perimeter of the field. He's already had a couple catches in this game. It seems like he's always open. And right there, nice job fitting that football into a small space and great awareness by the receiver getting his feet down in bounds.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
Trying to show their strength with the run on fourth down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on fourth and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that fourth down play.
In his sophomore season, he's really learned to find that running room.
And I don't care if I get it by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Right back to the well. At the 40, there he goes. Bulldozes his way through. And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats. That kind of play will send a surge of energy through your offense. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 40. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
It's 4th down now, and this likely the final snap before the 2-minute warning. Try to get it on the ground. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the 1st down. And the Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
And oftentimes running backs love draw plays because there's less traffic in front of them. The offensive line is selling pass, the quarterback's selling pass. They don't get the handoff until the very last possible.
Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Ducks! That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. Running out of time here in the 1st half, and they do have a chance. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And the defense just gets their 4th sack of the day. And guess what? This offensive line, they gave up 4 last week, too. So you need...
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Beavers decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Running it back, it's Bennett. He's got great speed. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play call.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. A big play for the defense with the 1st down sack. Now, advantage D as the offense comes up on 2nd down. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. A shot toward the end zone. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the...
They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs. Here comes the offense on 1st down. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
And how loud is it in this building. This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. A high kick trying to pin them deep. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Wants to throw on second down. Going to try to get it himself. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously you don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
He's got his man. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Looking to go up top on first down. Finds his tight end. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3-spot on the board. He's going to have to break out the thunderfoot on this one, a 57-yard attempt. The official says no good. Missed the field goal, but still a 2-touchdown lead at 14. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, from Corvallis to Eugene, there are some ornery folks and some emotional fan bases in this always contentious battle between the Ducks and Beavers. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? Video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Oregon and Oregon State plays out.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Off play action. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
And I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. And on the very first play of the third quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
He's taking the shot. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab, and he's got the first. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Got a man.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Ducks are on the move. They go to the ground. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Pressure. Ball is loose. And the defense snatches it, and they're trying to flip the field.
Defensive coordinators always preach swatting and batting at the football and trying to punch it out, trying to dislodge the ball from the ball carrier, and boy, they did it right there.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. Delivers the contact. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. The Beavers will hustle to the line. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab down the middle. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a 1st down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
Making the running back a weapon in the passing game makes it so difficult on the defense to cover everything.
No doubt. And listen, there's so many matchups across the board. If I'm playing offense, I'm going to assess it. Like, where do I have a speed advantage? Is it a running back versus a linebacker? Is it a receiver versus a corner? Whatever it is, I'm going to find it. And you could
and the ball is picked off. Taking it the other way. He's at the 20. And just an outstanding return. Takes it back to the 7-yard line.
What an amazing play by the defense. Not only do you get the interception, but you completely flip the field. And how about the open field running by that guy once he made the pick?
And the sudden change magnified for this defense as it's 1st and goal. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Picked up 6 on that last one, now 2nd and inches. He's looking to throw. He makes the catch at the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap. They've been making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of the defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
On 2nd down, wants to throw. Got him downfield. Just slithered through the tackle, and he's got room to run. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. And the Beavers in the hurry-up. The give to the back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And it's just so hard. You watch this team on tape week after week after week, and there's just not a lot of space. What great backs, not good backs, not a lot of offenses having a lot of success. You got to be creative. You got to find ways to get on the perimeter, and more importantly, you better be ready to throw the football.
3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Going for it all. Oh, picked off. Got some room to run. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover 1. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right, and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward. Well, the quarterback and his intended target just simply didn't have the timing there. The ball falls incomplete on third, now setting up fourth down.
Talk about aggressive. This head coach is keeping the offense on the field inside his own 30. Quarterback extends the play. Trying to make magic with his feet. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down? Well, this is just the type of field position this offense wants. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. He's got it. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang. And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Gets it out fast. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Wide receiver now comes in motion. With the run on first and goal. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Oregon State! The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. It's first and 10 from the 38-yard line. Unloads to the right and wings it incomplete. After the misconnection, it's second down. They'll go to the ground. Only a couple there, and now staring at third and 8. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He'll pull it down and run. And he is corralled short of the line to gain. And the Ducks racing to the line in the hurry-up. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Fires left. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. He lost one down the sideline. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on first and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. After the incompletion, it's second down. He's looking to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Third down, and this crowd will blow out a vocal cord to help this defense. He'll pull it on the read. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways.
He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Beavers! Well, we wondered exactly where the momentum was, and it looks as if Uncle Mo might have switched sidelines and switched families.
And momentum is such a big thing. It's such a... part of college football, isn't it? You can just feel that right now. It just felt a few minutes ago like this game was over, and all of a sudden, this team, they're believing in themselves. They've got some wind. They've got some hope. Their defense now needs to get the football back to keep that momentum going.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute, build this lead a little bit bigger, put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Trying to beat the D deep. Reels it in down the left side. And he breaks into the open. Touchdown, Ducks! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start. It's as if the Duck has hopped on that motorcycle and is revving the engine, and Oregon is threatening to drive away.
And Oregon's a team that, man, when they get it going, a lot of times they're just so hard to stop. The swag gets rolling. The uniform always looks good. But Oregon State's going to have to find something in this rivalry.
They need a big play, and they need it right now. The Beavers need to be able...
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
That is now the 7th sack on defense. This offense cannot protect their QB. It doesn't matter if the defense is blitzing or if they're just winning one-on-one. 7 sacks. That's just ridiculous.
Floats it out in space. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. The Beavers want to crank the tempo. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. Oh, the quick spin move. He goes out of bounds at the 7-yard line, but what an opportunity after that pick. They are so close to a score, they can smell it on the first play of the drive. 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Oregon! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That leads a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Fires to the wideout. He makes the catch. He's run out of bounds, but a big play
There's just so much chemistry between this quarterback and his receiver, and you saw it right there, down the perimeter, trying to work the boundary. Just put it somewhere near him. He'll catch it, he'll get a foot down, and help out his...
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on first down. On second down, looking to throw. Feeling some heat. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game. First down here for the offense. They'll start this drive with a pass. Gonna let it fly. And it's caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Ducks! And the stomping has commenced. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They're going to throw it to start the drive. It's complete on the right side. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Second down coming up. Off the play fake. Got it in the middle, it's Anderson. Gets it out to the 40-yard line. Give him 5 on that one. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He wants to throw. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. Now on second down. He's looking to throw. Makes his connection. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a third down stop. He's going up top here late in the game. For the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. A sweet return after the pick, and they'll have it at the 43.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Ball spotted at the 27. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Just does not like to be tackled. Discarding guys and getting to the 21.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
Got his man quickly. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal.
Well, this defense has tried to find ways to disguise their coverage and mix it up to try to confuse the QB. It's not working. With that last completion, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
And they don't have to go for a touchdown here with this little time left and with the lead, but they might anyway. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. They're going to give him another chance on 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Oregon! And the beatdown has ensued.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And
the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
the defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been awful.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. Really needed to get some distance on that punt from this spot on the field, and he did. On the return, it's Bennett. Slips through the line. They'll bring him down. The clock is at 0, and that is how this one will wrap up. You don't want to get carried away. It's still early.